Monica Everett, the only witch who can use magic without casting spells, defeated a legendary dragon all by herself. But despite her power, she's shy and lacks confidence. Now, she's been assigned to secretly protect the prince. Can she stand strong against the forces of darkness? Our story begins with a great battle, where we see a group of mages trying to repel an attack. Large dragons attacked them from all directions, but the mages created a protective wall. This all took place in the kingdom of Riddell, where Count Kerbeck's territory faced these dragons, and they had been doing so for several years, as they were accustomed to it. The Count's family history is full of battles with dragons. They try to land a fatal blow on the dragon, but unfortunately it doesn't affect it. They are now trying to hit its eye directly, because if they hit its eye directly, the dragon will fall and won't see anyone in front of it, allowing them to cut off its head. The commander tells them to maintain their formation and steadfastness no matter what happens. But here, something very strange happens, like an earthquake or a devastating blow shaking the entire place. Everyone is now silent, waiting to see what happened. Are these the events of the end, or is there something bigger than the dragon? Is it the Antichrist? We don't know yet, my friends. What is going on? In just moments, the curtain is revealed, showing a giant dragon over 500 meters long. Everyone stood in silence. Yes, it's a huge disaster. This black dragon has other dragons hovering around it as if they were flies. What if the small dragons, which are like flies to this black dragon, were something humans couldn't handle? What will they do against this black dragon? This dragon has only appeared twice in the history of the kingdom of Riddell, and records indicate that many cities were completely destroyed by this red dragon. After that, we see the Count's daughter in the royal palace, named Isabella. Her assistant tells her, "Danger is imminent, my lady. We must evacuate immediately." Isabella replies, "This is unacceptable. My father and the knights are fighting, and as his daughter, it would be unforgivable for me to abandon the people at this time, even if it costs me to fight alongside them." The scene shifts to a girl named Monica. Her assistant has brought her a lot of food, many vegetables, carrots, tomatoes, and other things. As she enters, she sees a messy sight. Many books, things like garbage, and complete chaos in the place. Then the young girl tells her that 3 months ago, the eastern borders were attacked by dragons. She heard that many winged dragons appeared near the village, and what was more terrifying was that the leader of the winged dragons was the legendary Black Dragon, Oregon. It seems that one of the 7 sages sent him there, but she doesn't know yet who those mages were who killed them. After that, Monica gives her some money because she brought her so many things. The other girl thanks her for the large amount of money, but says it's too much. "What exactly do you do, Monica? What is your job?" Monica stutters and says, "I'm a math expert, a math teacher." The other girl tells her that a colleague wants to meet her. Monica shudders because she doesn't want anyone to know anything about her. At that moment, she looks back, not wanting to look, and sees that person. She slams the door in his face, but he pushes the door open again. He looks like a really annoying kid, but he enters by force and sits down as if it's his home. Then he uses his abilities to tidy up the entire place. We learn then that Monica is one of the 7 sages, the elite mages of the kingdom of Riddell. She is the silent mage, my friends. A very beautiful girl, extremely shy and easily nervous. She finds it difficult to speak in front of people. We see her at Minerva Institute, dealing with people while being very embarrassed, shaking and barely able to speak, or even losing consciousness in the worst cases. Naturally, she couldn't say anything. She was on the verge of failure when an idea struck her. If her nervousness prevented her from reciting in front of the examiner, then she would use her abilities in magic without incantations. This is an extraordinary feat. Most people would overcome their shyness towards strangers and social anxiety, but Monica's thinking took a distant and unexpected turn, and indeed, she extinguished the candle without saying a word. And so her talent grew and she advanced quickly. After all this beautiful talk about Monica, we return to reality and the visitor speaks to her, saying, "I see you're still wasting your talent, fellow sage." This colleague is named Louis. He then orders his maid to cast a barrier spell so that no one can hear them, as if it's a private meeting room. Then Louis gets to the point, saying he came to visit her today because he has a request for her. "In truth, I was working as a personal guard for the second prince, under secret orders from His Majesty the King," she said to him. "But aren't you affiliated with the first prince's faction?" He replied, "Yes, but I was tasked with guarding the second prince for some reason. I have my own suspicions about why, but discussing His Majesty's intentions based on speculation would be disrespectful, so I won't say more. What matters is that I was ordered to protect the second prince without his knowledge. His Highness Prince Felix, the second prince, is studying at Serindia Academy, a boarding school. Infiltrating the academy would be easier for me, but that doesn't seem reasonable given my reputation and good appearance for secret work. So I've prepared this for you, a barrier that combines tracking and communication, equipped with a snatching observatory and short-range physical and magical defense." Louis told her that this was a protective magical item he had carefully designed himself. This brooch, in addition to the other one he gave to His Highness Prince Felix, are identical, allowing him to monitor the prince's location and movements at all times. Monica told him that this was espionage. He replied that it was normal to follow the person he was assigned to protect. Monica became nervous because he might be discovered. Louis told her that she seemed very wise, but he would never harm his prince. Then he told her about the brooch. that the king had given it to the prince as a gift, and it seemed to have broken the very next day after he gave it to him. Chris had spent a whole week of continuous effort without sleep or rest, but it disappeared in one day. After the brooch was broken, he endured a lot, even being away from his beloved wife to design this piece. Monica asked him if the prince was okay, and he replied that he was fine. Despite his extreme fatigue, he gathered his strength and rushed to the academy. When he arrived, they told him that nothing had happened, only that the brooch had accidentally broken. Then he looked at Monica and told her that she needed to understand what he was trying to tell her. Monica replied that she didn't understand anything from him. He replied that he wanted her to infiltrate the academy and protect the prince instead of him. Monica was very scared, saying she couldn't do that. He replied that she wasn't part of high society like him. Even at official events, she kept her head covered and her gaze lowered, so no one there knew her face. And no one would suspect that a simple girl like her belonged to the Seven Sages. Furthermore, her talent for using magic without incantations was perfect for providing secret protection. Monica cried a lot because she didn't want to do that. Louis told her that it had been about 2 years since they joined the Seven Sages, and all she had done in that period was confine herself here and immerse herself in paperwork. She replied that she had killed a dragon 3 months ago. Louis interrupted her, saying that in the past 3 months he had killed 10 dragons, so he didn't understand the meaning of her words. Then he asked her to listen. She was one of the kingdom's greatest mages and one of the Seven Sages, and she had to realize that there were tasks no one but her could accomplish. She replied that she had only joined the Seven Sages as a reserve. Louis didn't care about what she said. All that mattered to him was that the king had entrusted him with full responsibility for guarding the second prince, which meant she had no choice but to agree to what he said. Monica was forced to agree. Louis relaxed and sat down to tell her the details. A few years ago, in the lands of Count Kerbeck, there was an orphaned girl. The late Countess Kerbeck saw a resemblance between the girl and her deceased husband and decided to adopt her. The girl enjoyed the affection of the late countess and grew up happily. However, the countess fell seriously ill and passed away. After losing her guardian, the girl became disliked by the count's cruel daughter and was forced to work as a maid. Later, when the count's daughter was accepted into Serindia Academy, the girl was forced to accompany her as her maid. Monica was very sad for the girl. Then Louis told her that she would play the role of this poor girl. Monica was shocked by this request and couldn't respond. Night fell, and Monica remained as she was. Her cat tried to get her to talk to him. Monica spoke and told him that she couldn't guard the prince. The cat told her that she should have simply refused all of this. She told him that she couldn't because Louis would follow her wherever she went, and his appearance was terrifying. The hard warts on his knuckles under his gloves scared her. The cat told her to look on the bright side, that the prince must be very attractive. Then he told her that he loved books, and this was mentioned in Dustin Gunther's book, so he was fully aware of the matter. Monica hesitated, then told him, "Aren't the Seven Sages supposed to attend celebrations and such? Haven't you seen the king before?" Monica said, "I always close my eyes out of shyness." Nero the cat said, "And how will you protect this person if you don't know him?" After that, we see Monica flying in the sky with Louis and Ren, and they finally arrive at Louis's house. Louis's wife examines her and thinks she's not well because her face is pale. Then Monica rests a little and looks better. Then she enters and she is mocked for her old clothes. They say that her name is registered among the lower classes of the Kerbeck family, and this is a great embarrassment to their family. They laugh at her in scorn, but the surprise is that this girl says, "I used to practice improving my voice daily, and now I'm practicing the voice of a wicked girl." Then this girl introduces herself as Isabella, the daughter of Count Kerbeck, and on behalf of her father and the villagers, she expresses her sincere thanks for killing the Black Dragon. Lady Isabella remembers the previous situation when the Black Dragon attacked the village and was heading towards their palace. A small boy brings her news that a sorceress from the royal capital defeated the Black Dragon, and she is the Silent Sorceress. She was able to eliminate the Black Dragon by herself, and there were no damages or casualties. At that moment, she cries, "At this moment, we see green dragons entering the city and beginning to destroy it. Winged dragons have come for revenge for the Black Dragon." A large dragon stands on the palace and heads towards Isabella. It attacks her, but at the last moment, someone casts a spell on it, instantly destroying the dragon. It is revealed to be Monica, the wielder of silent magic. This is a great advantage for this sorceress, as humans cannot control mana and magic without incantations, but this genius made the impossible possible. This great sorceress, Monica Evart, is one of the Seven Sages, the elite mages of the Kingdom of Rodel, and she is the first sorceress in history to create spells without incantations. Then, Monica eliminates all the dragons that were attacking the city. We return to reality, and Isabella says that Monica not only defeated the Black Dragons, but all the winged dragons as well, and she did it alone. Furthermore, she used the wind to carry the fallen winged dragons to protect the city from harm and disappeared without saying a word. "I heard you're infiltrating Serindia Academy this time, and I'll bully you repeatedly so no one suspects you. Don't worry and focus entirely on protecting His Highness, please." His Highness pulled protecting His Highness. Please, Monica is very surprised and shocked by Isabella's words. And with this, our episode ends today. Wait for us in the next episode of this wonderful anime. We hope you don't miss the next episode, and therefore we ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all that is new. We ask anyone who has reached the end of this video to leave a beautiful comment, as this makes us very happy. Thank you for watching. The episode begins with Monica dreaming of her father bringing her a measuring tape, and she measured everything in the house. She was very happy, then woke up. She was in the carriage on her way to the academy to perform her mission. Then we moved to the academy. Isabel was annoyed that she would sleep with Monica in the same room, and that she shouldn't have to sleep with the likes of her in one room. An academy employee apologized profusely to Isabel because he thought Monica was one of her relatives. But before that, while they were on the way, Monica was the one who objected to this while they were on the way, saying that she couldn't stay with anyone in one room. But Isabel told her to calm down and that she would solve this problem like a wicked lady. Then we returned to the academy. Isabel felt shocked in front of the employee, which led the employee to beg her to calm down and that he would do everything he could to solve this problem. Then Isabel told the employee that the attic room suited her. But the employee began to think about an empty place there. But Isabel told him if there was no empty place to put her in the stable, and that she didn't care at all. This made Monica wonder about this behavior. Then the employee went to complete the preparations immediately. Then Isabel looked at Monica and winked at her. Then we moved to the student council of the Serendia Academy. The treasurer of the student council, Aaron, was being tried because evidence was found proving his manipulation of the account records. The council secretary, Elliot, learned that this had happened more than 30 times and verified this. The storekeeper, Bridget, also asked if the manipulation included the budget funds as well. The public relations officer, Neil, confirmed to her after reviewing them that it did not include the regular budget and that the number could range up to 50 times. Then the council president, Felix, told him that he was nominated for the student council thanks to the recommendation of the council president's grandfather, Duke Clockford, and that he thought his grandfather would lose confidence in Aaron's father after this incident, which made Aaron feel fear and annoyance about this. He began to ask himself who would bear these costs. Felix told him that his stupidity would tarnish the reputation among the Count Steels, but Aaron was very angry and lashed out at Felix, ordering him to shut up and rebuking him that he was just an obedient dog to the royal duke in name only. He attacked Felix, but Cyril confronted him and cast a spell on him that froze him in place, and told him that lashing out at the council president was punishable by death. Then Cyril apologized to Felix because he had overstepped his bounds. But the council president thanked Cyril for his protection and told Aaron that he was suspended pending the issuance of his official expulsion order, which shocked Aaron greatly. Then we moved to Isabel. She was sad because she wanted to stay beside Monica to give them opportunities for tea parties tonight. But she was not able to fulfill her mission. Then they watched the council members restraining Aaron to throw him in prison. He was yelling that he had done nothing. Monica knew Aaron because she had met him before in meetings, as well as the rest of the council members except for Cyril. But his appearance is very important because he has the student council emblem. She thought that Isabel was much more suitable for this secret mission than her. Then we moved to Monica's class. The teacher Victor introduced Monica to the students and told the students that she had recently transferred here and asked Monica to introduce herself to the students. Monica felt very nervous because she had to say something. Victor asked her to stand up straight because she was in a prestigious academy that included the elite of the country, and students here were expected to show proper behavior and good cultural taste. Monica remembered being bullied by her school friends and did not speak until Victor asked her to go to her seat. While the students were talking to each other, Monica was alone. Then one of the students called out to her and told her that her name was Lana and asked her why she styles her hair in braids. But Monica doesn't know any other hairstyles. Lana noticed that the rest of the students were talking about her, which made Monica feel very embarrassed. Then Lana asked Monica where she grew up. After learning that she grew up in the city of Lynn, she rejoiced and told her that it was a large city on the border and asked her what was trending there. But Monica has no knowledge of this. Then Lana approached Monica and told her that Lit Rouge was the latest fashion in the royal capital. Monica was surprised by this. Then they heard the students talking about them. The students thought that Lana was showing off in front of Monica because she was rich and Monica was rural, but Lana did not care about them. She proceeded to grab Monica's hair and untangled it, asking her not to move, and Monica agreed to this. Lana styled Monica's hair. Monica was somewhat tense until Lana finished changing Monica's hairstyle and told her that this was easy and asked her to learn it later. Then she left. Then Monica went to see this in the mirror and was very surprised that she didn't even thank her. Then Monica wandered inside the academy, afraid of the students seeing her and hiding from them as much as possible. She remembered Louis's punishment for her. Then she exclaimed that she would do her best to complete the mission, even drawing attention to herself. Then she quickly moved to an empty place and showed a little food, wondering if this would be enough for her. She moved to a quiet and peaceful place until she met Prince Felix at the end of the road. Then she retreated to find another place where no one was. She did not know that this was Felix. Then Elliot grabbed her and told her that she had fallen into the trap and asked her if this was a weapon, but she answered that it was her food. But he didn't believe that anyone puts their food in their pocket and asked her who she was working for. He made her follow them to this place, which made Monica feel very scared until she fell to the ground and the food fell out of her pocket. She was in pain from being grabbed so hard. Felix asked Elliot to let her go, but Elliot didn't want this and thought she was working with Aaron. But Felix gestured for him to be quiet until Elliot released her. Then Felix approached Monica and told her that he had heard about a transfer student in the second class this year and asked her if it was her. "And your name is Monica." Monica was very embarrassed and answered that it was her in sign language. Then Felix said to Elliot that she was not one of Aaron's supporters and that she was just a small squirrel who had lost her way and picked up the hazelnut from the ground and gave it to her, and also apologized to her. While Monica was trying to thank him, Felix felt something being thrown at them from above, but Monica used her magic to ward off this thing. Elliot went quickly to investigate the matter. Then Felix asked Monica if she was okay. Then Monica lost consciousness after that and dreamed of a nightmare of being kidnapped and tortured by a thief. Then Monica woke up, startled. Then Selma came to her. She was a representative of the health committee in her class and asked her if she was okay because she heard that she had fallen to the ground. She began to examine her and told her that she could return to her residence after she calmed down. Then Monica moved to her house and was very exhausted. Nero came to her and asked her how it went, but Monica thought the matter was very impossible. Nero asked Monica if she had failed on her first day. She was about to cry, but Nero asked her to stop so she wouldn't fail next time, and asked her to manipulate them with their balls or something like that. But Monica saw that mind control magic should not be used for such things, because it could cause memory loss or a state of delirium. Nero felt fear from this and asked her to skip the matter and try again. But a large number of people were kind to her today, but she was not able to thank them, at least as she should. But Nero will take care of this, and he asked for this himself. Monica was surprised that he could do this, but Nero turned into a person and asked her what she thought of this. Monica was very scared and asked him to come back to his form again and that she didn't want him in this form, but he asked her to tell him thank you. She was running away from him because she was afraid of him being human. Then Nero stopped joking with her and saw a suspicious person from the window. Monica looked at him intently and saw that he was an unknown person in the girl's residence. Nero expected that he was here targeting the prince. He asked her if we should follow him, but Monica told Nero that she met Prince Felix. Monica then recalled her father from the past and asked him if his research ended when he finished these calculations, but her father hadn't finished his research completely. It was just a small part, because it was massive. He told her that most people think it's useless, and Monica was surprised by this since he had put in a lot of effort. Then she returned to her present, woke up, washed her face, looked in the mirror, and remembered that she hadn't cared for her hair before. She looked at Nero and asked him what he didn't consider useless. But Nero asked her if they were talking about philosophy. He told her he knew the word philosophy and asked her to praise him. Monica began to compliment him, and when she did, he told her those were his words, and her praise made him feel warmth and inner comfort. He said it was better for him to enjoy pointless things because life is full of pointless things, so why not enjoy them to the fullest? He mentioned that Dustin Gunther wrote this in his novel. However, Monica put in a lot of effort just to survive, so how could she enjoy something that was pointless? Then she remembered her father's words. The greater the challenge, the more enjoyment. Monica, she realized she had to challenge herself. Then she went to her classroom and tried to talk to Lana, who was surprised by her appearance and asked what she had done to herself. Monica told her she tried to do it like she did for her yesterday, but couldn't do it. She thanked her for yesterday, but Lana said she didn't need a headband from her. Then Monica asked Lana to show her the way she styled her hair yesterday and felt foolish for failing at the main point, which led to laughter. She asked her to sit down, which made Monica happy. Then Lana began teaching her and told her this comb was crafted by a skilled artisan in Anmul and was set with small, precious stones with refined taste. And then she stopped talking and told her that all her stories were boring, so they became about wealth, and that she didn't have anything special to say. But Monica felt nervous once again and told her her stories were boring because they only talked about numbers, which made Lana laugh. She told her that was strange, and Monica laughed too. Then she saw her hairstyle in the mirror and was amazed by its beauty. The placement of the braid and its angle made a big difference, and the proportion of her gathered hair looked good. However, Lana told her that these things aren't measured by numbers, but by feelings, and asked her to undo it and do it again. Monica asked if she would undo it despite how beautiful it looked, which made Lana angry because if she didn't do it herself, she hadn't learned to do it. Then Elliot entered their classroom, which astounded the students, except Monica, who felt extremely anxious upon seeing him and immediately hid. Then, Elliot approached her, discovered her hiding and told her she immediately hid at the sight of anyone's fate. He called her a shy little squirrel, but Monica told him she was human and was extremely embarrassed and anxious. Then Elliot asked her to be quiet and follow him. They moved to the student council office, and Felix apologized for calling Monica suddenly and introduced himself, saying he was the president of the student council. Then she remembered Louis telling her that this was a silly way to meet. Monica thanked Felix, which surprised him because he hadn't done anything to deserve thanks. He told him it was for the hazelnut in the clinic, but he told her not to worry about it. Monica asked Felix why he was sneaking out of the dorm, which made Felix angry because it was the first time he had heard this. He then asked about Monica's intent. Monica told him she saw him last night from her room's window, but Felix thought it was possible that she saw a suspicious person and asked how he looked. However, she couldn't see his face because of the hood, but his build was similar to Felix's. Felix thought that was normal since many people have the same build. Monica explained to him with evidence and proof that it had to be him. Elliot said she was being honest about every word, and Felix said he definitely thought Elliot believed Cyril would faint if he heard this. Felix thought that she was just a little squirrel who could never hurt anyone. If she were an assassin, she wouldn't hesitate to do something to him when they were alone, or she wouldn't have revealed that without hesitation. Elliot asked Felix about his interpretation of the flower pot falling on them. Monica anticipated it fell by accident, but Felix said it all started when the student council treasurer intervened in the budget until the procedure for his expulsion was complete. They decided to lock him in the student dorm, and Aaron hinted at the presence of an accomplice in the crime, which led to an incident he had before. So Elliot set a trap in the backyard, and Monica was shocked to learn she was seen as an assassin in their eyes. She imagined Louis telling her that she succeeded in achieving things in more unexpected ways. Then Elliot approached Monica and asked if she was Aaron's partner, right? She told him she wasn't, but Elliot insisted that she would find him the real partner. This shocked Monica once more, and she told him she would do it. Felix told her he would leave it to her. Monica then went to the yard and cried a lot because of what had happened to her. Nero told her that she became a personal guardian, and he asked her if it was a problem to be viewed as an assassin, which made Monica shocked. And with this, our episode ends today. Wait for us in the next episode of this wonderful anime. We hope you don't miss the next episode, and therefore we ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all that is new. We ask anyone who has reached the end of this video to leave a beautiful comment, as this makes us very happy. Thank you for watching. Our episode begins with Monica crying intensely because she wants to return home. She's alone here and has no one. Nero the cat approaches her, trying to comfort her and telling her that she must find the person targeting the prince. They then see a broken flower pot, and Monica guesses it was thrown from above due to a wind magician's use of magic. Monica then enters the academy to investigate the story of the flower pot and sees a group of girls talking to a girl named Thelma, bothering her because her fiancé, Aaron, might leave school due to a sudden illness. Then, one of the girls sarcastically tells them that she will invite everyone to the upcoming party at her house, which will be her engagement party with Aaron. Monica hides and listens to them. Then her friend Lana comes and takes Monica, and they go up to the girls, asking them to let them pass. We see that arrogant girl, named Caroline, say, aren't you Lana Colette from the newly rich Baron's family? You need to improve your manners. Don't you know my family is of much higher standing than yours? Shouldn't you at least greet me first? Lana gets angry and asks her to move aside so she can pass, and she starts to mock Caroline. Caroline gets very angry and hits Lana, who then bumps into Monica, causing Monica to fall down the stairs. While falling, Monica thinks about using wind magic, but that would seem strange to everyone. She finds another solution, using her magic on the stairs to make the fall painless, and she lets herself fall down the stairs. She then collides with Vice President Cyril and apologizes profusely for what happened. He reassures her and tries to ask about her condition, whether she's okay or not. Monica is surprised because he didn't scold her or get angry. The vice president asks what happened, and Caroline lies, telling him that Lana pushed Monica down the stairs as a joke. Lana denies her statement and tells him that she was the one who pushed her, and as a result she collided with Monica, and Monica became a victim of that. Caroline tells her that Lord Cyril knows she is from the family of Count Norn, and he will surely believe her. Monica talks to herself and says this is the aristocratic world. When someone of high status decides you are evil, it becomes a reality, even if the person is not wrong. Monica decides that she will speak the truth because if she doesn't and is afraid, like every time, she will cause harm to Lana. Then Monica looks at him with great fear and tells him that she tripped on her own and no one was responsible for it. She then apologizes to everyone and leaves quickly. She then goes to piano class, and her friend tells her to come back another time. But Monica asks her to go into the balcony. Monica actually goes in to check on the flower pot, but her friend doesn't give her a chance and tells her that she will go out and close the class. And if she wants to reserve the room, she must submit a request form in the teacher's room. Monica thanks her for that. Then we see Felix in his room with his friend, and Monica enters, and Felix asks her if she has made any progress. Monica approaches him and tells him that she knows the culprit and knows where to find him. As she tells him that she knows the culprit, then the scene shifts to a group of girls in class talking to Thelma about how they can't believe her fiancé Aaron left school, and they tell her that they are her friends and will listen to her anytime she wants, but they are actually trying to mock her. Then Felix's assistant comes to them and asks Thelma to come with him, and they go to Felix's room. Felix tells her that 2 incidents occurred. The first was the sign that fell before the entrance ceremony, and the second was the flower pot. Monica told him that she was responsible for both incidents. So is that true? He then asks Monica for an explanation. Monica says, the site of the sign's fall was cleaned, but I think I know what happened with the flower pot. It was dropped from one of the second-floor balconies in the east wing, directly above where it fell. But looking at the speed of the fall and how it shattered, as Monica read the detailed account, they told her she could skip the unimportant parts. Then she said, based on my calculations, this happened from the 4th floor. I checked who reserved music room number 2 at that time. The other girl replied, I didn't do that. I just went to water the plants. The problem was that Monica and the other girl, Charlotte, looked similar, with no significant difference in their height. Monica then remembered what had happened. The balcony railing was high enough to prevent anyone from falling, and there was an overturned flower pot. Monica got angry and said, do you think I used it to stand on? It just happened to be there. But Charlotte spoke up and said, I see you're wearing gloves today. When I saw you in the infirmary, I noticed how soft and white your fingers were. The reason you weren't wearing gloves was because they got dirty when you moved the flower pot. I found a pair of dirty gloves in the trash can near the music room. They were embroidered with your initials. The other girl screamed, shocked and stunned that her secret had been exposed. She then fell to the ground and said, "It's true. Yes, I'm the culprit. I did everything. The flower pot, the fallen sign, the student council budget, all of it was my doing. I deceived Aaron, but I don't want anyone to hurt him. I want you to protect him. Don't take my fiancé from someone who has nothing." Monica then asked Felix, "Mr. Felix, what will you do with that girl, Thelma?" He informed her, "This was an assassination attempt in the royal palace. The entire family deserves the death penalty. That's what I'd like to say. But given the circumstances, perhaps it's best for her to withdraw from school voluntarily, also citing illness." He then continued with his records. Monica noticed something strange in the records and told him. The records are different from each other. He asked her, "What? You noticed that so easily? Do you know how to read accounting records too?" She replied, "Yes, actually, I know everything. I arranged the numbers to fit the matter, but the execution wasn't good." He said, "Bravo. Look, if you don't mind, could you help me review the accounting records?" She said, "Really? This is the happiest day when I'll be with you." He replied, "Okay, great. I'll be happy too that you're here. And because of that, I'm officially appointing you as the treasurer of the student council." Monica fainted from extreme joy. At night, she was sitting with the cat, and he told her, "Calm down, value your awe. Enough of your astonishment. It's the truth. The king grants dominion to whom he wills and removes it from whom he wills." She cried tears of joy and said, "Thank God. I ended up becoming the treasurer of the student council. This is unbelievable." The prince then told them that he had asked her to review the past 5 years, and she had accomplished it in just 2 hours while they were absent. He then asked her for her opinion on the accounts. Monica replied that she was surprised by the noticeable negligence in managing such a huge sum. Cyril yelled at her for daring to address His Royal Highness in such a manner. Monica returned to her room, crying, wanting to go back to the mountain cottage, and not wanting to stay there. We then see Cyril searching the records for what happened. This student had just transferred here and became the treasurer. Cyril continued searching the records and found that she was right, and that it was her handwriting. But suddenly, he felt a severe headache and had to go to his room to sleep early. The next morning, we find Isabel yelling at Monica, asking her how someone so disgraceful to their family could serve on the student council, and how she had truly managed to win His Highness's admiration. She then congratulated her on her appointment as treasurer of the student council. Monica didn't understand anything that was happening. Isabel had broken all those cups. Isabel told her that they had used dishes that were already slightly broken. When she saw Monica had changed her hairstyle, she asked her maid to do the same for her. The maid told her that she would make her beautiful, matching hairstyles on holidays because wicked ladies don't style their hair like the girl they bully. After that, Monica went to her classroom. Lana entered and told her that she had heard a rumor saying Monica was a member of the student council. Monica didn't answer her. Lana then told her that she wasn't the one who pushed her down the stairs yesterday, but she was the cause of Caroline's provocation. She then asked if Monica was hurt, and Monica told her that nothing had happened to her. The scene then shifts to His Royal Highness the Prince meeting with all the members. He asks Cyril to teach Miss Monica how to perform her duties as treasurer, starting today. Cyril is surprised but agrees immediately. Monica becomes very scared and asks His Royal Highness about this and why Cyril specifically. The prince tells her it's because Cyril was the treasurer before becoming vice president. Monica tells him she prefers someone her own age. The prince reassures her that Cyril will train her well. The scene then moves to Cyril with Monica, where he's teaching her the basics of the job and treating her very kindly. She even sneezes because she's cold, and he gives her a scarf because the room is chilly. She apologizes to him, saying that by reviewing the previous accounts, she added a lot to his burden. Cyril tells her that this isn't an additional burden, but work that must be done, and he doesn't want her to be so anxious. He says, "You've earned His Highness's trust by proving your competence, and your work was impeccable. So, hold your head high and be proud of it." She apologizes and says, "No matter what happens, I can't be proud of myself." Cyril tells her, "I hate the phrase 'I can't.' Regarding the incident on the stairs, I questioned the students who were nearby and found out what happened. The culprit, Caroline, has received a severe warning and will issue a written apology. Your evasive behavior delayed the discovery of the truth." Monica thinks to herself that he is a very kind person and is surprised that there are people like him, even among the nobility. In the evening, Cyril is seen walking down a corridor, saying to himself, "Helping the treasurer Monica has delayed me a lot. I need to deliver these accounting documents to Professor Thornley, quickly." But as he says this, he is very surprised and scared. Who is this professor, and why is Cyril worried about meeting him? This is what we will find out in the next episode, so stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel and activate the bell icon to receive all new updates. Our episode today begins with Miss Rin entering the Silent Sorceress's chamber. Rin tells her, "I have a very urgent message from Mr. Louis." The message reads, "I, Louis Miller, am pleased to announce that I'm going to be a father." Rin doesn't finish as the cat gets angry and exclaims, "I don't want to hear this. I don't need to know this information." But Rin continues, "It seems Mr. Louis is overjoyed, and this is the most important news we have." The cat gets angry again and says, "What? What? Was this the most important news? It's trivial." After that, the Silent Sorceress opens a letter whose content states, I realize your inability to convey information verbally, so write down your important updates on this paper and hand it to the lady in front of you now, Rin. Then Rin calls out to the silent sorceress and says, "Look at that window. There's an excessive amount of ice mana emanating from behind the boys' dormitory. We don't know what the problem is." Meanwhile, we see Krail walking in the forest, saying, "I have to tell them." What does Krail want to tell them? He says, the goblin responsible for forging financial records, but he falls to the ground and doesn't continue his journey. At that moment, something strange happens. Mana glows in his chest, and he screams in pain as more and more ice fills the place. Rin, the silent sorceress, and the cat come out to see what's happening. Perhaps this man is suffering from mana overabsorption, a condition where the body absorbs more mana than it can handle. Those who suffer from it usually wear magical tools to help them release excess mana. The matter is very serious for that man, and we must do something now, or he will die. The cat runs very fast and tries, but it flies like a feather in the air. Here, the silent sorceress steps forward, and ice blasts strike her, but she deflects them. She instantly dispersed that enormous ice blade. Yes, my friends, she controls everything. A powerful girl, a mastermind, wise. Then she directs a massive fire energy, like a fire dragon, towards that ice, and it wraps around it directly and explodes it. Yes, it's the silent sorceress, that power, that might. No one else possesses it. The man was hallucinating words, remembering his mother and father. He remembers his father when he was deceased, and they visited his grave. But he was harsh on his mother, treating her violently every day. After a short while, he died due to alcohol addiction. I was trying to lighten my mother's burdens in any way possible. I want her to be filled with happiness in any way, for she is all I have left in this world. Then she runs to her and says, "Don't say it. The Marquis Hyun family wants to adopt me, and they are a very wealthy family, and I want to do all this for you so I can provide for you." He returned to reality, and Krail emerges from his coma and tells the silent princess, "Return it! It's very important!" She returns it to him, and he falls into a coma again. She tells her, "He's safe now. I've added an additional enchantment to him, because his condition is abnormal, and anyone can control him. But if he uses it well, it could become a real source of power for a great wizard. I don't want him to consider it a curse." Then she orders Nero to take care of him, and they leave quickly. Then the silent princess explains to Rin what happened with Lord Krykle. It wasn't just mana poisoning. It was more like symptoms of mental manipulation. We must find out the reason. So Monica goes to that man, and he asks her, "What brings you here? Did you forget? Curfew for going out without permission is not your business, nor is it for you to do this." She told him, "There's a very serious matter. What are you doing with those things?" "I've memorized all the numbers in the documents I reviewed." He asked her, "What exactly do you mean?" She remembers the student council's accounting records, which had been chaotic for a while. But 5 years ago, the forgery methods became more sophisticated, and the amount of money diverted increased. That started in the year you became a consultant to the student council, sir. At that, he gets angry, grabs her hand and turns on her, saying furiously, "Magical research requires a lot of money." Then he casts a spell on her. Monica understands that he wants to manipulate her mind, but she tells him that this will never work on her. For her, it's a trivial matter. Then she shatters that spell with ease. The man is stunned by her strength and intelligence and says, What are you doing? Are you rephrasing my magical formulas? This is impossible. How can a girl like you invent such a perfect formula without incantations or any words? Stop this, stop!" Then she returns the spell to him powerfully, and its effect lasts for about 24 hours. He then gets up and says, "Why am I here?" Then he grabs a book and says, "Yes, that's right. I have to return these modified documents to the student council. Cyril Ashley realized I tampered with them just by looking at the handwriting. Erasing memories wasn't enough. Perhaps I'll resort to brainwashing after that. But wait, what about the student council president?" After that, he finds a pig and pulls the book from it and says, What is a pig doing in this place? Maybe I'm dreaming?" Then the pigs multiply and rush and overwhelm him. But in the end, we find that Monica is the one who cast the mind manipulation spell on him and says, "Oh my god, I overdid it with this spell and I can't control it." Rin comes to her and tells her, "Leave it to me, I'll overcome it." Then they hear the man saying, "Pigs, pigs, get away from me, these pigs." After a few days, the school was talking about Professor Thornley being arrested while researching black magic. Monica hears the conversation and doesn't say anything, as she knows everything already. The other person tells her one of the 7 sages arrested Professor Thornley, and also informs her that it seems Louis Miller did it. The scene quickly shifts to the Lord, who says, "It seems Cyril has recovered as well." The man disguised as a lizard informs him, Lord Ashley's condition was due to mana poisoning. Perhaps someone carried him to the boys' dormitory, but despite my close monitoring, I haven't been able to identify that person yet. As for the treasurer, the Lord asks, "Are you, Commander Lizard, worried about appointing her treasurer even though she doesn't seem like an ordinary person?" I'm also surprised how she didn't fall into the trap I set for her. She didn't even touch the keys that were next to the valuable materials in the students' room. I was watching her day and night from certain angles, for I, Mr. Lizard, can do these things with great precision. But perhaps she is a monitor sent by Duke Clockford, or perhaps an assassin targeting my life, Mr. Lizard told him. "Sir, Don't joke about such matters, it won't escalate like that. The scene moves to Monica, who is overcome by sleep and has been working too much, so she falls asleep on her seat. Duke Critchell enters and pulls the quill from her, then says, "What small hands, like those that placed on me or gave me the necklace?" But my friends, in the end it is her, but he doesn't know anything. At that moment, the prince enters, and Critchell is surprised by him. He pretends to try to wake the girl and tells her, "How can you sleep during your shift?" Then he shakes her and says, "Hey, wake up now!" But she was also completely dazed. The prince then offers her some sweets, but she utters some words and embarrasses Critchell, whom she had been secretly dating through messages, as she tells him, "Congratulations on your wife's pregnancy, and I will bring you the appropriate gift." Critchell gets angry and is greatly embarrassed in front of the prince and tells him, "Don't believe her, she's probably babbling." Louis is upset. His maid asks if something is wrong. Louis tells her, "No matter how many times I read this letter, the first part is excellent and deserves praise because she was the first to congratulate me, and this girl's joining the student council is an exceptional achievement." The maid informs him that the silent sorceress wasn't assigned to guard the second prince, but the magical protection charm she spent all night creating was easily destroyed by the second prince. "And now, you're venting your anger on the shy, silent sorceress, Mr. Louis? I've heard you're a disturbed person who enjoys bullying the weak." Louis tells her that everyone misunderstands him because bullying the strong is more enjoyable than bullying the weak. The maid tells him, "You're torturing the silent sorceress with these words, and it seems you truly enjoy bullying someone as weak as her." The silent sorceress believes she has finally become one of the 7 sages. Louis says, "I wonder about this truth, and I want to confirm it. I'm proud to be a special kind of genius. And I'll tell you one thing for sure, this girl is a monster, and I realize that my true majesty is secretly monitoring the second prince. The second prince is a competent man who has gained trust both domestically and internationally, and he also has the support of Duke Clockford, the most powerful noble in the country. It's understandable that he's seen as a future king, but he remains a mystery. The second prince is a very cunning person who cannot be defeated by direct methods. And as I told you, I want to bully the strong." The scene then shifts to Elliot, who is very angry because he deals with the repercussions of Professor Thornley daily, which is very frustrating. We see the other members with him, and Cyril says, "Because after the misconduct of the honest treasurer and the arrest of the student council advisor, trust has been greatly shaken. From now on, we must be more careful and perform our duties diligently." We then see Monica submitting reports to the prince, who asks and permits her to greet the club presidents on his behalf. She becomes very afraid and embarrassed by this, as she is very shy. Cyril tells her he will accompany her. After observing Monica's honesty and extreme dedication to work, he believes she is the best person to be the treasurer. Monica agrees with great joy, pleasure, and pride. And with this happy ending, our episode today concludes. Wait for us in future episodes of this wonderful anime, but we ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new updates.